everybody. Time for another newsletter already. Can you believe it? I come to you from a corner in my living room to say Happy Halloween! Truthfully, there are aspects of Halloween that I think are a pain in the butt. For one thing, I don't need candy around my house as a temptation. I've gone from being pleasingly plump in my life to a little bit round. And certainly the dogs barking like maniacs when the doorbell rings is kind of a pain. And around 9 o'clock at night when I'm ready for bed and the teenagers, that last little bit of teenagers who are probably too old for trick-or-treating, come knocking on the door for candy. But there are other aspects of Halloween that I just love. I love those sweet little cherub faces that are so excited to knock on the door and sing out, trick or treat. There are little witches and little dragons and princesses and superheroes and all kinds of things that come to my door, and I just love their excitement. I love seeing families that go trick-or-treating together, and the mommies and daddies are hanging out at the end of the sidewalk so pleased that their child is excited to see what candy they might have gotten. I particularly love the homemade costumes. Those are my favorite. When I was young, I made homemade costumes all the time for my kids. And you know, I didn't do it because I was that creative. I did it because I was that poor. But one time, one of my kids actually won a prize and got first page in the front of a newspaper for it. He was so excited. When I was a kid, you could go trick-or-treating without having to worry about a chaperone. We ran all over the neighborhood, and we had bags that were pillowcases. And we used to take our pillowcases with us and fill the candy up in the pillowcases. There was none of those fancy bags that you buy at Target or at Walmart or other places. And one year we had stopped at a neighbor's house. In those days you could go into your neighbor's house without being afraid. The neighbors would say, come on in. In today's world, if you say to the kids, come on in, the parents are a little anxious waiting at the sidewalk for them. But we went into my neighbor's house, and on TV was one of the first Wizard of Oz's that ever played on TV. And this neighbor had a color TV. Yep. That's how old I am. I'm a dinosaur. I was about 10 years old when color TV came to be. And on the color TV was The Wizard of Oz. We were so excited that we sat on this neighbor's couch and watched the movie instead of doing any more trick-or-treating. And I've always used The Wizard of Oz as a metaphor for spirituality because we're all looking for our brain, we're all looking for our hearts, we're all looking for emotional courage. The Oz is our ego, the witch is our shadow side, and we only need to tap our shoes together and we all find ourselves at home if we can just remember who we are as spiritual beings. You know, sometimes Halloween has a negative connotation for some religions, and certainly some people, you know, use Halloween in a negative way. But I always think that the spiritual aspects of it that are positive are about the joy and the giving. You know, the imagination, the joy in the kids' eyes, you know, using their imaginations. Those are the things that make this holiday a spiritual time, because without joy, without imagination, where are we in this life? And what about the law of giving and receiving? You know, giving to those sweet little faces, that candy, strangers opening their doors to other strangers and giving. Now, what if we did that every day? Wouldn't the world be a better place? So all you ghouls and guys out there, happy Halloween, and I hope you have a good one. And remember some positive things, and don't worry about the dogs barking at the door. Anyway, I have a few announcements for you. And let's see, I think Class 4 is coming up on October 17th, and that's the Law of Attraction, Manifesting and Meditation, where we share the secret to manifesting health, wealth, and an abundance of everything in life, love, etc., those things that seem to elude us, and why our subconscious mind sometimes gets in our way. Let's see, I'm also on Caroline Sutherland's Blog Talk radio show, and that's at, I think, at 8 a.m. on November 16th. Just check the website for that to be sure. Also, our night of readings just filled right up like you wouldn't believe it. We don't have that much room in our center to do that, so we're going to run another one, and we're looking towards December 16th for that. Now, if it fills up again, I may spill it out and use another locale. But look at the website, melindavail.com, to see about that evening coming up. And lastly, Jeffy McMahon, who's been a business partner and a friend of mine for so long, and I are going to start our own radio show, which is going to be awesome. I think in January, we're still working on it, tweaking on it a little bit, and it's going to be called Life Happens. Is it Shift Happens or Look for the Shift? Something cute like that. So look for that also coming up on the website. And in case you haven't known or noticed, Haley is only with us for about 11 hours a week right now. And Izzy is answering the phone and muddling through until he gets a hang of things on the rest of the time on the front desk. So there may have been a little mistakes, a few tweaks that we're working out. So bear with us. We're getting there. And I hope you have a great month. See you next month. Happy Halloween.